It's been probably the most important work of my life. I'm using all the things that I've ever learned right now, here, in this role. My name is Reid Soskin. I'm an interpretive park ranger with the National Park Service, working at the Rosie the Riveter World War II Homefront National Historical Park here in Richmond. I've been here as a ranger for about 12 years, starting in 2004. Before that, I was on a 4-year contract, helping to plan the park, actually. My fingerprints are all over this park. I was sitting in on the early planning meetings at a time when the park was being formed. And at that level, I was coming in as a primary source of the period being celebrated by the park, so that my words had a weight to them that they would not have had otherwise. And it gave me a place to stand. It gave my life as a 20-year-old woman substance. I worked on the home front here in the Bay Area as a file clerk in a segregated black union, because that period would have predated the racial integration of the labor movement by at least 10 years. At the time that I was working, it was separate from the Rosies, from the work that was being done by women who were not women of color. That history has been pretty much forgotten. And one of the things that I get to do now is that I, along with the rest of staff, get to layer back in the complexity of those years, the complexity of the stories, to pull back in the various histories that exist, the Japanese history, the Latino history, the feminist history. We get to do that here. I feel such pride in the uniform, not simply because it's a uniform, but the fact that when I'm on the streets, when I'm in an elevator, on an escalator, in a public place, I'm announcing silently to every child of color a career path that they may not ever be aware of, because they've never seen a person of color like me in a national park uniform. And the possibilities that I am making that announcement silently is so empowering, both for me and for those children. I don't know if we can ever measure the power of that. And I think that that is originally, in that first year that I was a ranger, that was all I needed, to know that I was making a difference in the lives of an upcoming generation.